Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, it's Rudol's Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about a quest that is instantly activated when you start playing this game, and you complete it when you reach 10,000 battles. Wargaming is celebrating their 10 years of World of Tanks Blitz, and because of that, they added a special quest into the game for 10,000 battles. Once you reach 10,000 games, you will have this pop-up arrive in your game. You have the opportunity of either picking a Tier 7 tank certificate or an Aufl.panzer Panther. Now, the Tier 7 certificate does have some pretty good vehicles. I think even the Smasher and Annihilator are possible drops inside of that certificate. However, as of now, Wargaming has not had any other opportunity to get the Aufl.panzer Panther. And because of that, I would highly recommend that you do get your hands on this German Tier 7 light tank over a random Tier 7, because this might be the only way to get this light that Wargaming puts into the game. It's a really fun vehicle as well, and in today's video, I'm going to be having some fun in it and showcasing why it's an absolute blast on the battlefield. But I think it is very cool that after 10,000 games, you get a guaranteed Tier 7 collector. So if you're a player that's sitting at 7,500 games, or maybe even more, and you're super close to 10K, I would highly recommend to push out those few final 100 or maybe even 1,000 games so that you can get your hands on a free Tier 7 tank, and one that's really fun. Now, if you don't care about it, you can sell it for 2,500 gold. Personally, I don't know why you do that, because it's a really fun vehicle. The gun has super solid DPM at 2,700. It's not as much as the M41D, but it's close enough that you're going to be pumping out damage like crazy. The vehicle has pretty okay pen, 210 mils on the premium, and that is with rammer, so it's actually enough to cut through most Tier 7s. Mobility-wise, it has a crazy good power to weight of 34.4. It has a top speed of 64, and this tank weighs in at almost 50 tons. So if you run improved modules, you can take 40% of the ramming damage you've received away and just absolutely annihilate opponents in front of you. Especially because it's a Tier 7 and you can fight lightly armored Tier 6s, especially the French lights. This tank is incredibly dangerous. It's just one of my favorite Tier 7s that Wargaming has ever added into the game, and I'm going to showcase why it's so fun. And speaking of Tier 6s, this is a pretty solid matchup, but there's only a few vehicles we're actually going to be able to ram. We have the MT-25 Silencer and the Comet. I might be able to ram an Su-100M1. I will try if I get the opportunity, but that is a somewhat heavier vehicle, and it actually has decent armor for a Tier 7. So we are going to head right up this bush, and you can see that the mobility on this tank is kind of wild. I made sure I slowed down before cresting the ridge here so I didn't fly off at 80 miles an hour. So we have our Cheeto behind us, and for now we're just going to wait. You'll also see that this gun is very accurate, even on movement dispersion wise. Like, it is a surprisingly good gun for a Tier 7. So we're going to aim it on that Su-100M1, and we get a nice 160 damage out. I don't know if he's the only player here, but we haven't spotted anything else, which is definitely a little sus, I'm not going to lie. Alright, let's reload, or not reload, but reset our camos, what I mean to say. We have the Su-100M1 still sitting in the back. Ah, there it is. I knew it. I knew he wasn't alone. Alright, well, we get a nice shell out. We have the TOG in the back. Not able to get a shell into the TOG. As much as I would love to support my Cheeto, I think really the best play here is to just leave, because that's a lot of death. I don't want to fight that. And we have the mobility to get out. This is a great example of where the mobility on this tank feels absolutely fantastic. So we have the TOG in the back, and let's get one shell into his tank. Let's get a second shell in. There you go. Pretty good stuff. He misses me. And this is where that... Oh, I was going to say great DPM works, but somehow that shell... Ooh, these shots are not going anywhere where I want them to right now. KV-3's dead, though, so that's pretty good. T-29 is flexing off to the side. He's probably going to shoot the Tiger, however. It's actually not shooting at anybody. I'm not sure what that T-29's doing. We get one nice shell on ourselves. We're going to wait for him to show us his hull. There you go. Another nice shot. He's going to aim in on us. Shoot at his hatch. Not able to get it out. We also have vehicles on our rear, which isn't amazing for me. Okay, so we're just going to push up here. We're going to see if we can get some bleeds out. I mean, the Cheeto's obviously driving right out in the open. We're going to track the T-29, which stops him, and then we're going to get a clearing shell for 135. And then we got a bunch of tanks behind us. The rest of the enemy team, I think, is all over here. So we're just going to head over, see if we can support our team and get some clears. Let's see. So we got the silencer. Chunk. Oh, never mind. All movement dispersion's good, but I am running refined gun, which makes it a little bit worse than I'd ideally like. However, we're still doing all right. We're still getting bleeds out, and that's all that matters right now, at least. MT-25. Not sure why he poked that, to be honest, but he didn't last very long. We got a shell into the Comet, and the silencer's still sitting back there. Both of them are honestly sitting back there. Let's go over here wide, and there you go. Nice shell into the silencer once. See if we can get one more into his tank. There you go. Nice 160 shell. And there you go. 158. I mean, we're ripping out damage. This tank, as I said, has really good DPM. And you're able to make that DPM work super effectively. So we have the Comet, and this is who I am going to go for. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Big ram into that Comet. We only lost a little bit of health as well. So we're up to 2,700 damage dealt this game, plus the ramming damage we achieved. So maybe closer to 3,000. Point being, that was just a little snippet of what this tank can do when it rams somebody. I was just being very cautious there because the silencer is a super dangerous tank. I don't want to lose 600 health in 2.5 seconds. But there you go. 3,066 damage in our first game, 772 assisted, and we aced the tank, which is actually rather surprising, but earned us over 122,000 credits. A great example of just how fun this vehicle is. It is an absolute blast to mess around with. Ooh, another Tier 6 matchup. I am not going to complain even in the slightest. We have a Panzerkampfwagen 4, Easy 8, KV-1S, Frosty. Oh, that's a lot of rammable vehicles. The only two tanks that I can't ram are the Vulcan and the Tiger. I mean, I could ram them, but it just won't go very good for me. So we're going to use that crazy good acceleration and speed all the way over to the crossing, because usually people do indeed like to cross this. We have the Vulcan. There you go, nice 150 damage shell out. That Vulcan, I'm not really sure what his thought process is. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get you. Well, I'm the only person here, so that's kind of mid, but we're gonna aim in another shell on the Vulcan. There you go. That's 290 health we've taken off him. I mean, still free damage, right? Can't get too mad. We have, oh, somebody right over here. There's the Panzer 4S, and there's one, there's two, and 3. Yep, that's 450 health off his vehicle. Oh, there you go. Over 500 health now stripped away. Yeah, the DPM on this tank is really good. Like, people don't realize how good it is, but it's really good. And as I mentioned, the accuracy is also really good. So in those two regards, this is not really a tank you want to mess all too much with. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try and help out with the Easy 8 and the Basoto. So we're going to push right on up and squeeze behind the Easy 8. Let's get one shell. Oh, drive into me. You know what? I'll take it. That's still a pretty good amount. Again, the ramming potential from this tank is a little wild, and it's just not something you want to mess with in general. So we get another shell into the Easy 8, and see ya. There you go. Well, we've already done a pretty solid job of clearing the enemy team. We've picked up 2 kills, and we basically got 3 if you count the enemy Panzer 4 that we also absolutely annihilated. So now we are going to make our way behind the Vulcan. And can we HE him in the rear? Actually, we could, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to get 1 shell. Ah, that one bounced off of his rear. However, looks like he's just going to run, so we'll get another easy shot into his tank there. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good. We have the KV-1S behind. And you know what? I'm going to go for it. Just for fun, I'm going to ram him. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's still pretty good damage when you think about it. And then we're just going to circle the KV-1S. And see ya. There you go. We have the Vulcan, who is alive. Thankfully, I am here to help my teammate. We have the Tiger pushing my teammate on the flank. We got 1 shell. And I'm going to try and leave if I can. Actually, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to push this Blaze, actually. I think that's the best play to make here. Because the Tiger is Yeah, this is not looking great for our team, let's be completely honest. Blaze looked like he's going to jump off, so let's see if we can get some damage into this player. Well, that's not great. But I'm going to try and bleed out this Blaze as much as possible. We're getting some good shots already into his tank. He's off the hill, which is pretty good for me. But I don't like this situation we're in. Not with the Tiger and, everything else going on. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend like I'm leaving. And then I'm just going to push back over there. And actually, you know what? No, I'm just going to leave. I said I'd pretend I'm going to leave, but I don't even need to do that. I can literally just leave. And that's probably just as good of a play. Let's see. Anybody over here? Oh, there's the Tiger. Okay. Well, if we spotted the Tiger, I'm actually just going to flex back, because he's probably going to sit in the base cap, so let's see. 9. I didn't even get spotted, so he doesn't even know what to do about that. And let's see. Oh, there's the Blaze. There you go, 1 easy shot. 2 easy shots. He's dead. And the Tiger's going over here. There you go, easy shell once. Easy shell twice. There you go, we've lowered the Tiger a decent amount already. Man, we're ripping out damage like crazy. Alright, well, let's just chill here. We're going to wait for my tank to get unspotted. And then we're going to leave if I can. There you go. 1 nice shell. And another nice shell. Every time that Tiger shoots me, I get 2 back into him. So he's not winning these trades here. Not easily, at least. Alright, let's see. Let's see what this Tiger's big brain plan is. Let's just keep a premium shell loaded. Oh, okay, that made very little sense. However, we have the side of his tank, but we're not able to hit it. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Alright, there you go. Another nice shot into the Tiger. And he can't really kill me at this point, so we're going to put on our adrenaline. There you go. 1 easy shell. And 2 easy shots. There you go. Welcome to the Aufl.panzer Panther, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to why I find this to be one of the most fun tier 7s in the game. I don't think anybody's going to deny that either. This thing's a beast. We just did 5,576 damage, killing 6 people, acing the tank, getting a Pool's Medal, a high caliber, and netting over 200,000 credits, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. I'm really glad that I decided to make a video on this tank today, because that's just a wild battle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and as I said, this is a tank that you should want to get your hands on. Like, trust me, it is an absolute blast. It is one of my favorite tier 7s in the game, and that's rare for me. It's very rare for Wargaming to release a free tier 7 and for me to absolutely love it, but this thing's an absolute beast. And just like that, we now have the highest damage recorded in the Aufl.panzer Panther. In fact, that puts us higher than the 132-1, LTG, AMX 1375, Kunstpanzer, SB1C, AMX 1357 for all time, which is kind of wild when you think about it. So, yeah, this is an absolute beast. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.